Congratulations, you're pregnant. But now what? It oftentimes comes with a flood of emotions, and these emotions are both positive and others more stressful. You're worrying about things like, will your baby be healthy? How will your body change? Will things change with work, working out, so forth, etc. There are so many different things that can become overwhelming, and so it can be a very challenging time for expectant moms, especially as you're going through significant changes that make things feel either stressed or potentially even overwhelming. Now, that's totally normal and for you to experience, especially if you're a first time mom. There's just so much to learn and so much to understand. And so, what's often not talked about enough is the amount of stress you're under during this time. Now, oftentimes we put priority on getting ultrasounds and taking your prenatal vitamins and all these other things that are very valuable. However, what's most important is that you're prioritizing taking care of yourself too. And supporting you and supporting moms through stress, anxiety, tension, exhaustion, and so forth impacts baby directly as well. And so, in the world full of take a different supplement and do this and do that, and there's something more you can constantly be doing, let's focus on what you can do to prioritize your mental and physical health. Now, it's common for us to see parents, especially moms, that maybe it's their second or maybe it's their third, and their plate's already full. And they're excited for their new child to be coming into this world, and they're excited to be becoming a parent again, but they're already exhausted. Maybe they're already working and also trying to keep up with the kids. And especially during that first trimester, you're not going to have the opportunity to take the naps like you did on your first child. And so now you're more active, your body's feeling it more. Depending on how well your body rehabbed after your previous pregnancy, your muscles may be feeling it more as well. And there's just a lot that can start crumbling in and a lot of pressure. And so one of the things we prioritize with prenatal chiropractic is one, keeping moms as comfortable as possible for as long as possible, but two, regulating their nervous system to decrease stress and tension because directly decreasing stress and tension in mom directly decreases stress and tension in baby. And third, we want to make sure everything's in proper alignment to optimize labor and delivery. So, prenatal stress. What is prenatal stress? Prenatal stress is psychological and emotional stress experienced by moms, especially during pregnancy. And why is that important? That's important because stress increases cortisol and inflammation. And stress we talk about three forms of stress. We have mental and emotional stress, physical stress, and environmental stress. And specifically, mental and emotional stress is important because during this time, the increased cortisol and the increased inflammation that can cross the placenta and can be translated to baby. And so when we have high levels of maternal stress, it directly impacts the baby. Now, this can impact moms from hormone challenges, weakened immunity, increased illnesses, etc. And so, really, ultimately, as mom's stress increases, mom's health starts to deteriorate, which then promotes more stress, especially if, in the case, she already has one or two other kids at home and your immunity is decreased and now you're sick and you're also trying to keep up with your pregnancy. It's just a lot. And we live in a society where we're constantly inundated with stimuli. We talk about this concept of regulating your nervous system, and the reality is that our minds are constantly the fire alarm is always going off. It's always saying danger, danger, danger. And in a more like primitive time, that would have been only if we saw a tiger or a bear or something that would be of imminent danger to ourselves. But now that we have technology and we have kids and we have all of these things, and not that we didn't have kids before, but we have so many different things that are just constantly inundating our minds. And so our brain is constantly saying, fire alarm, danger, danger. And that's where we really get this imbalance or this dysregulated nervous system where we have stress or we have gas pedal, sympathetic, fight or flight, parasympathetic, rest and digest. And we're so skewed. We're so high gas pedal. And so, really, what we want to focus on is we want to decrease that and we want to push the brake pedal to bring the nervous system back into balance. Now, the stress oftentimes can come from parenting, it can come from financial issues, it can come from work, it can come from worrying about maybe being healthy, worrying about how to parent, or even potentially worrying about delivery itself. I think oftentimes we really don't empower women nearly enough, and especially in a culture that talks about dangers or different things that can happen, we very rarely promote just the like empowering of women to say, your body was made for this, your body was designed for this, your body is fully capable of this. And we really we promote a lot of fear-based mentalities on saying, make sure you get enough ultrasounds to check if see if anything's wrong. Are you going to be able to have a vaginal delivery, or will you have to have a C-section? Are your hips too small? Is baby too big, etc.? We're always worrying about these issues versus saying you are fully capable and your body was designed for this moment. And I think that it's sad how far removed we are from the world of birth, and oftentimes until we ourselves are put into it. And that makes the familiarity feel that much more intimidating and therefore contributing to more mental and emotional stress because oftentimes it's the fear of the unknown or the fear of what our brain can't conceptualize that then also perpetuates some of that mental and emotional stress. And so if we came alongside more women and supported women, then also had more intergenerational communication around birth, it'd be wild to see how we really truly start to empower women. And so finally, what can we do to help? And actually, before we get to what we can do to help, how do we measure stress? So, as a neurologically based prenatal chiropractic office, we measure three scans with Insight. We measure thermal scans, SEMG scans, and HRV scans. HRV scans are where we look at global dysregulation in your nervous system or global stress. And that's the kind of stress we're talking about, that mental and emotional stress, not necessarily tension directly in a muscle, which we can also look at, but we're looking at that overall stress and we measure that with HRV. Your HRV is your body's ability to adapt to stress. And the more stress we put on our bodies with the less amount of support, the more our bodies become exhausted. So if you were to come into our office, we would first start with scans and look at how exhausted is your body and how can we support that? And we would support it with neurologically based chiropractic care so that we can, one, keep you as comfortable for as long as possible during your pregnancy, two, regulate your nervous system, decrease stress and decrease tension, and three, make sure everything's in proper alignment to optimize labor and delivery. So comment below and ask us any questions you may have on prenatal stress and how neurologically based chiropractic care can help. And check out our website at Sunlife Chiropractic, and we look forward to seeing you soon.